Greetings, greetings, hus. Long time no see, and by long time no see, I mean I don't remember the last time I posted. No, it was Saturday. It was Saturday. It's starting to become a reoccurring theme where I post these on Saturdays whenever my roommate is out the room for an extended period of time. And I feel like the last time we talked was Saturday. But welcome back. Welcome back. It's been a very hectic week, to say the least. Since the last time we talked, I've had an emergency room visit and a potential flu scare. So let's chat about that. So the Sunday after Halloweekend, like 2 days into the new month, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm having excruciating pain in my lower left abdomen, and it's spreading around my back. I'm not appreciating this. So I was like, you know what, let me not do the black thing and just thug it out and take Tylenol. Let me get my behind up and go to the emergency room. I had called the school's like hotline to make an appointment here. I don't even know if hotline is the right word for it, but I called the clinic here, but of course on the weekends it's closed for whatever reason, and I was trying to make an appointment, but I wasn't able to make an appointment because again it was closed. So they hooked me up with the emergency nurse hotline. I told them my symptoms, and she was like, oh, so you should go to the emergency room. And I'll give you a rundown of my symptoms. So since February, I've been having reoccurring stomach issues and like lady problems. I'm not gonna go too much into that because you never know who's lurking. I can't let the ops know what's going down with the cooter cat, okay? But essentially, I've been having gut issues on and off. Like, I don't know what it is. I know part of what it is. I need to cut back on dairy and sugar. That causes some of the gut issues. But in this particular instance, I noticed that for like a week straight, I was having really intense pain all over my abdomen. I wasn't going to the bathroom, so I was backed up. I was stopped up. It was just a lot going on. It was a lot going on in my stomach. It was pain. I couldn't go to the bathroom no matter how hard I tried. I was eating fiber every day. There was one day where I literally just ate straight food that I knew would make me have to go to the bathroom. Worst mistake of my life, because I went to a basketball game. This is like the precursor to me going to the emergency room. But I went to a basketball game. My pain was so intolerable that I had to get up and leave. I came here and I laid my behind on the floor and was trying to like massage it out, like putting my legs to my chest. That's not child's pose, but it's kind of like happy baby. If you do yoga or stretch, you know what I mean. And I was just in so much pain. Like, I got some farts out, but still I was in a lot of pain. And yeah, so that's what happened in the days leading up to me going to the emergency room. The day of the emergency room visit, right? I got there at 2 o'clock. I didn't leave till 8 o'clock. I didn't get back home till 8:30, almost 9 o'clock. Okay? Yeah. Let me zoom this in. I don't know why I'm doing this. Actually, this was fine how it was. But yeah, so I went to the emergency room and I told them my symptoms. I honestly was about to start crying because I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm alone. Like, I'm in this new city. My parents aren't here to go to the emergency room with me. They're not going to come and pick me up. We're not going to come and pick me up regardless. But why am I about to cry now thinking about that? Anyways, but no, I was on the verge of crying because what do you mean? I had to go to the emergency room in this new city, new town. Mind you, this isn't the first time I've gone to the emergency room, urgent care. I was okay getting flashbacks from this summer when I had to go to the emergency room with my mother because she was having an allergic reaction and I thought she was gonna die, but she's still here, so it is what it is. But this time it's different because I'm the patient. Like, the hell? When it comes to me, I'm like, oh, whatever. Like, I don't want to say I'm apathetic towards myself, but with certain things, I'm like, oh, okay, it's not that serious. But for the attention to be on me, ew, in any capacity, especially in a medical capacity. But I will say I'm proud of myself because I had to get my blood drawn not once but twice, and I didn't cry either times. For context, the last time I got my blood drawn, I cried, and I almost kicked a nurse. I didn't almost kick a nurse, but I was stressing her out. But it's needles. Who wouldn't be stressing out either? Who wouldn't be stressing out too? So I thought I heard somebody knocking, sorry. But yeah, I was stressed out. Stressed out, question mark? But yeah, no, I was stressed out. And then I finally got into a bed. Stayed there for a good 30 minutes until the doctor came and checked in on me. Got more blood because they had to take more tests. Oh, and I also had to give a urine sample, of course. And I had to go and get a scan. I don't know. They gave me, I'll look up the term for it, but they gave me this liquid and it made my body really warm. And the doctor, like the radiologist, told me that beforehand. He said, we're going to give you this and it's going to make your body feel really warm and you might feel like you have to go to the restroom. But nobody's ever peed before. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I low-key have to use the bathroom. What if I'm the first person to pee myself in this machine? But thankfully I wasn't because I'm the GOAT. I'm the GOAT. So, hours go by. Well, not hours, but the time was adding up, to be honest. This is giving me... I'm scared to talk because, there are people around. But this is giving me PTSD from the time that from the last time I was at the emergency room. It's when I thought my mother was going to die. Spoiler warning, she did in fact not die. Physically. I came here because my stomach was hurting. And I've been here for hours. I got here like 2:15 something. And it's 4:03. It's 4 o'clock. I still have to go to the gym. I still have to go do my homework. I have an inner city bibliography due tonight. I so mad at myself for not bringing my computer. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna use it. I figured you have to sit for literal hours on end. Literal hours on end. I've been on the bridge crying multiple times because I'm like, dang, I'm here by myself. Everyone else has family members or family members coming to visit them. But this is the reality of adulthood. This is the reality of adulthood, coming by yourself. Being by yourself. I have not had water in 2 hours because before I came here, I was on the phone with the nurse, like the university nurse, and they told me not to drink water, not to eat anything. Maybe I'm thirsty and I'm scared my breath stinks because I've not had anything to drink. But I wait for the doctor to come in. My parents told me to, of course, call them whenever I got the verdict. But, just my luck, my phone died when he was giving me the synopsis. And essentially, he told me going into the scan, like my actual doctor, the one who was checking me out, going into he said, okay, we're going to check for, un momento while I look it up. Is this, let's Google it. Gut disease common in people from 18 to 26 years old. It's not irritable bowel syndrome, but girl, I don't know what it's called, but I just know he said we're gonna check for whatever bowel syndrome disease that's common in people from 18 years to 26. And when I got my results, that was the first thing that he said. He's like, actually, he didn't say actually. He said, on the bright side, you don't have that disease. And I was like, okay, good. He's like, but you do have an ovarian cyst. You do have fluid in your pelvic. You do have fluid in your lung, actually. And you're constipated and you have a UTI. Not even just regular constipation. It was ostipation, which is when you have dry, it's like dry and compacted. And I was like, oh, I didn't know there was levels to this shit. No pun intended. I did not know there was levels to this shit. Literally. And when he told me that, I was like, you're acting like this is all good, calm, and dandy. And even people now would be like, the doctor just discharged you? Like, you have fluid in your lung, in your pelvic, and pelvis. Are they not going to drain that shit? And I was like, he said it should resolve itself. So he didn't seem to think it was urgent. But he said ovarian cyst. He was like, yeah, like that's what's been causing issue. Like that's what's been causing pain in your lower abdomen. It's 2 centimeters. Actually, how big is your ovary? Oh, your ovaries are, I don't know. He said like 3 centimeters, but the cyst was 2 centimeters. And I was like, so it's taking a majority of like, I don't know how that biology works. And I should learn, and I am going to learn because this is my anatomy. But I'm just sitting here like, you act like this is normal. Like this happens every day. And to be fair, it is normal. And it should resolve itself. But I guess apparently it's normal for people of childbearing age. I was like, great. So for someone who doesn't want to bear children, I'm feeling the results ? Because I am of childbearing age and can produce children. Oh, sedate me. Somebody sedate me. But no, it's just been really emotional for me because I have felt so out of control with my body. And with the medicine, don't tell anybody, but I did not take my medicine today. I need to take it right now. Am I going to take it on this video? No, because I don't want YouTube to desensitize my channel and think I'm taking something else. And plus, that's for me to do, not online. But it's just been really emotional for me because when your body isn't working in the way that it normally is, you just feel off and weird and out of control. And then you have people telling you, like my parents, they were like, you need to make sure you're eat heavy, make sure you're eating heavier food. And in my mind, I'm thinking, babe, I can barely stomach anything. Like I eat a few cups of popcorn and I'm already full. Like I'm down to 1 to 2 meals a day. And you want me to eat heavier? And not to mention the stomach pain I've been experiencing with all this medicine. Like my stomach is constantly upset. But you want me to eat more. You want me to eat at all, which of course makes sense. But you want me to eat heavier. You want me to eat potatoes. You want me to eat leafy greens, baby. I don't even have to eat anything and my stomach already hurts. Like I already feel like I have to go to the bathroom 20 times a day. In number 2, 20, like 4 times a day. Thankfully, I'm over that hump. I feel like the magnesium citrate has left my system. But yeah, okay, back to the flu scare. I was feeling like I don't know. I felt like I was having congestion, or I was just experiencing the symptoms that I normally have whenever I get the cold. I don't really ever get the cold, but I'll have feelings of like the cold, if that makes sense. And I was feeling that, but stronger. And I was also very fatigued and just tired all the time. And I said, okay, let me take a cold and flu test. So I took a cold and flu test, and I left. I went to go study for a few hours in the library because that day I didn't go to class because I was not feeling good. So I said, you know what, but I need to get my behind up and catch up on this work. I will not let this time change have me messing up in class, which of course it is, but that's besides the point. So I come back from the library. Oh, I did not mean to do that online. My nose itches. But I come back from the library. I look at this little stick test. I look at the test, and the line, I'll insert a photo. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But it looked like I was positive for flu A. But to be fair, the line is kind of smidged, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have the flu. Allegedly. I really don't feel like I have it, but the test, maybe it was a false positive. I don't know what it was. It was smudged. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't think I have the flu. I hope I don't have the flu. I don't feel like I have the flu, so therefore I don't. So, girl math. But no, it's just been an interesting experience thus far. Like, I never want to sound like the whiny sick person, but I'm not a good sick person. I don't get sick often. Like, I've had COVID once, and I like to take pride and say, oh, I don't get sick. Like, I'm superior. I don't get sick because I don't get sick. A fast food deadline. When is the fast food deadline? Oh, sorry. I gotta get that done. But yeah, it's just been interesting. What else can I talk about? I used to love English. I used to be a woman in the humanities. Now, college has me becoming a woman in STEM. I enjoy going to my math class more than I do my English class. Hell has officially frozen over. Or maybe I'm just lazy and don't like putting in the work for English class and the critical thinking. But I don't think that's the case. I just think I don't really care about what we're talking about in that class. So it's hard for me to actually want to put effort into it. Our whole basis of our class is civic engagement, and we have to make a multimodal project about it. We're having to write an academic argument about civic engagement, and I'm like, yes, it's important, but the way that it's framed is it just seems more like a chore than it does something that I'll consider in life. Let me check this FAFSA. Hold on. Oh, okay. So by March 2nd, 2026. Okay, so I have time. But yeah. I've been having more social interactions, which is good. But I've also become aware of how I'm not a socially awkward person, but I feel as though when I get in these social situations, my insecurities make me a socially awkward person because I feel like somebody's gonna judge me for the things I'm critical about myself for. Like, recently I've been very insecure about my skin texture, the fat on my face, my jawline not being the most defined, my weight. Like, I've become aware of my weight, and I'm not even aware, but I'm like, damn, I really put on 20 pounds from last year and now, and I can tell it in my clothes, and I don't like that. So I'm restarting my weight loss journey and actually being intentional about it this time. But what I had the tendency to do is whenever I go through weight loss journeys or am intentionally trying to improve my appearance, I prefer that it be in a time in which I'm not around other people and I don't have to interact with other people, so I don't have to worry about like interacting with people when I'm insecure. I just don't I don't know, COVID really just created that mindset that I prefer to glow up in silence. Like, I prefer to improve in solitude. And then I come back and everybody's like, damn, what happened? Like, girl, what happened to you? But I can't really do that in college. So I feel like the way that I'm doing that is just by socially excluding myself, like not really going out and socializing and interacting with other people, because that way they can't judge me or have a an opinion or a perspective about me until I get to the point that I want to be at physically. Is that the healthiest mindset? No. But is that the way I'm looking at it? Yes it is. So yeah, that's my college update. I just decided to drop in because this is actually fun. Like, this little format that I have going on, I actually enjoy it. Let me know if y'all enjoy it too. But yeah, that's my yap session. I'm sure I'll be back next week whenever I feel like yapping and running my gums. But until next time.